Hey there everybody, we are here at Eurobike 2024 and in this video we're going to take a look at small quirky bike accessories and racks and bags and all that kind of thing. So let's see what they got. So you guys know I'm a huge fan of carrying things on bike, and this has to be one of the coolest racks that we saw on the show. This gives your normal bike semi-cargo bike capability. It's pretty standard like this, but it has an awesome trick. You undo these quick releases and you can turn it from this size all the way to this size. So it gives you that extra capacity when you need it. I believe the weight capacity is 40 kilograms. The rack itself weighs 2 kilograms and it extends out to 25 centimeters. Another cool thing it does is that it has internal routing for the rear light. So this goes all throughout the structure. You don't have to do any crimping, makes it really simple. Yeah, so if you want to give your bike a little bit more extra superpowers, then check out this rack. So this is a pretty cool tool. You guys know I am a chain waxing nerd. This is a tool by Abby Toolworks. And what this does is it measures chain wear in two ways. Typically, most chain checkers will measure it lengthwise. This also measures the deflection. So how it works is you put a chain here. After you remove it from your bike, the chain will droop, and it has these index marks that tell you when to replace it. I think this is the first of its kind that I've seen that measures chain wear in that dimension. Something important if you run one by, since it tends to wear the chain laterally a bit more. So pretty cool. So this is another interesting way to carry stuff on your bike. It's a brand called Alpaca. They're based out of Berlin. And check this out. In this mode, you can attach regular panniers off to the side. But one more thing. With a couple of quick and easy movements, it turns into a crate. You can put your beer here, art supplies, whatever you want. Right now, they're not on the market, but they are launching a Kickstarter campaign in September. I'll link to that in the description below. So we're here at the MKS booth, and they're actually celebrating 75 years in business, making pedals, but also lots of other things. But let's talk pedals first. This is a new one. I think this is the FD7. Nice big wide platform, and you've got this clicky button, and it folds both directions. So this works for both the left and right side pedal, and this thing feels solid. It comes in this black and silver colorway, but they also do a silver and silver one. You guys know I'm a fan of front racks. This is another prototype. They're combining two products of theirs. One is this rack cage, so you can attach things to it in the front. This is also going to be a stainless steel rack that attaches to your handlebars. So it's cool to see that there are going to be lots more front carry options on the market. MKS is also getting into more outdoor products, and they've started another brand called Sylvan Works. And this is one of their first ones. It's perfect for the barbecue, collapsible tongs. So you can be at the campfire, pick up things. These have a slight serration. There's a little bit of spring pressure, so it bounces back, kind of like camping chopsticks or tong sticks. So I know that the hot new feature of the Garmin 1050 is that it's got a bell in it, but honestly you can't beat a made in Japan crane bell. This was actually really specific because it has a integrated mount for your drop bars. So this connects to your drop bars, and you've got this classic crane sound. Also saves you like 800 bucks. So this is a pretty interesting product. Custom 3D printed slides or croc type footwear. This is by a company called Hizo. They're based in Germany, somewhere near Frankfurt. And what they do is they take multiple photos of your foot under load, and they use that information to print these guys. They also have more performance-oriented shoes, but these really caught my eye. They use a TPU foam. So this is actually fairly squishy. Like, I had no idea you could get this kind of feeling in the material from a 3D print. Since we're all about the croc life, had to point these guys out. So a lot of you might not be familiar with Ostrich bags, but they've been making traditional style bike bags for a long time, something like 56 years or so. And I actually owned one of these over a decade ago. So it's cool to see that they're still up and running. This is their more traditional bag. You attach this to the handlebar, and it's supported by a platform rack. But they've also updated their design, incorporating new fabrics. So this one is the same shape, but it uses X-Pack mixed with the traditional cotton. And this one's more gravel specific, a little bit more secure. They've got the steel bar here that connects into like a click fix or Wix and call attachment. Safety pizzas are a thing. Safety triangles are a thing. Safety lanterns are the new hotness. I think he calls this a lantern luge, so like a rear light. These things are like so dang adorable. Yeah, this is it. This is the new Hotness, guys. So this might be one of the coolest deep custom bike bags I've seen ever. It's designed specifically for this bike. And looking at this, you might be wondering, why is this zipper upside down? When you put it in the space here inside the frame, this becomes your primary zipper. Put it on top of the top tube. There's actually a secondary zipper back here so you can access it without things falling out. Innovative way to create a truly multifunctional bag depending on where you put it on the bike. So one of my favorite products from the last couple years has been the Ortlieb quick release rack. And my biggest problem with it was that the lugs are very sensitive to where you place it on the bike. So they finally fixed it, and now it's designed to clip onto a through axle. So this is completely new, coming soon. So if you've got a bike where the eyelets aren't perfectly straight and you have problems putting the lugs to mount the rack, they've got you covered. These are going to come in a couple different thread pitches, so they'll fit with any bike. To work with the through axles, they've had to make the racks a little bit bigger, so there's a large and an extra large. Super cool upgrade. I think this is going to be a big problem solver for a lot of people that love the quick release rack but haven't been able to mount it on their bike. So you guys know I'm a big fan of attaching things to your bike. Ortlieb has made it a little bit easier with the Ostrap. This is pretty clever. It's got built-in hooks. So the idea is that it clicks onto your rack. It stays on the rack, unlike, let's say, a bungee that has a hook. It just falls off when there's no tension. And once it's on your rack, you can tighten it down. So this comes in one length at 900 millimeters, hopefully long enough to get most things on your bike. But a clever way to rethink a very simple device. So you guys know what your alt bar needs are some alt grips. These are the GT1 grips from the brand Ergon. This isn't new, but it flew under the radar for me. And what's interesting about them is that they're kind of a multi-position grip. They've got little nubbins on the inside as well as the outside, giving you at least an array of 4 different hand positions with the same grip. So this is an interesting product from a company called Clip Clap. They're based in Cologne. Products are made in Germany. How this functions is that it's basically a cleat adapter for your regular shoes. Want to go on a longer ride? They've got 2 versions. This one's a little bit more casual, a little bit easier to take on and off. And they have this one with a more secure restraining strap if you're going to do a more serious ride. It's a little bit more secure fit, but pretty cool. Now you can wear your Gazelles or your Nike Dunks and put some cleats on them. So you guys know I'm a big fan of Omnium, and one of the challenges with a cargo bike is the platform, especially if you're taking a train. This makes it a ton easier. So this is a prototype. It's going to be coming at the end of the year. But what it basically does is allows you to hinge up the platform area. And you can do it here. This comes down. There's a quick release to secure it. But it also has a lock pin that you can pull out so you can quickly remove the entire top platform. We're here at the design booth, and they've got an interesting mount that solves a lot of problems. You guys know I love handlebar bags, but they do get in the way of lights. Check out this piece here. What it is, it's called, I think they're calling it their Flexi mount, and it allows you to attach lights on the bolts of your stem. On the top, it has an angled adjustment, so it can fit on different bolt widths, if you will, and you can also tilt the light up and down. If you're not running a handlebar bag, you can put it underneath, but if you do have a handlebar bag, you can put that light up and still keep your cockpit fairly clear. Okay, how about AI in your bike lights? This is the Saddle Drive Light by Lesign. And they've used machine learning to kind of anticipate what you're going to do on a ride. And basically, it'll sense when you brake and it'll change the light pattern. But when you do a hard braking motion, the light really brightens up to indicate to people behind you that you're stopping. So this is another interesting product. This one's actually still in pre-production. It's by the folks from Jack, the bike rack, and they're calling this the Jack Stop. And this solves a couple of interesting problems. This is meant to provide a platform where you can strap your bags to. So instead of attaching your bags directly to your handlebar, that's what these loops are for. And it also pushes the load off of your head tube. And this is what it looks like with their cradle attachment. So if you imagine this will stand off from your handlebar, keeping the load nice and secure, but still give you the space there for your hands. And they're also developing a stuff sack that will go in here. This is what it looks like while it's loaded. Another feature that you might not realize just by looking at it is that they're all made from the same kind of mono material that can be easily recycled. So this is a pretty cool and interesting product. It is called Choco Bike. And what it is a hand grip that not only looks like chocolate, but it also smells like chocolate. Supposedly, the scent's supposed to last for a couple months. So if you ride bikes and are a chocolate lover, then this is definitely one of the most interesting products I've seen. Currently, they're only sold in Japan, but they may make their way into the US market. So you guys know we're big fans of Bromptons. This booth over here has some pretty cool Brompton accessories. One of them is this. It's a basket that clips on the front rack. And what's cool about this is that it's fairly lightweight. They're making this out of aluminum. I think it only weighs about 700 grams. Other things that they have are a rear platform rack where you can carry, a case of beer or something. They also have a smaller platform rack if you don't need full-on basket packing mode. So this is another interesting product at the Ferrer booth, and it's a small platform rack that uses the Click Fix attachment. So easy to take on and off. It's also compatible with the Ortlieb bag attachment. So if you have like an Ultimate 6 handlebar bag, this should work with it. Big fan of this form factor. I think the weight limit on this is about 5 kilos. So we're here at the Burley booth, and they've got a prototype of this new trailer, which looks like a beast, but is super functional. It's designed to fit like a large size Yeti cooler. And what's cool about this is that although it looks big and bulky, this is actually a soft-sided trailer. This top part collapses down. It's got accessories so you can put a kid inside. And this handle here deploys so you can use it as a push cart when you're doing your groceries or your chores. Or you can pop this arm off, and this actually is what connects this to the bike. Just like the other Burley trailers, the wheels pop off. This one actually has a foot brake back in the back here, and those small front wheels in the front. When it's in bike mode, those will pop up into the bottom of the trailer.